A few weeks ago, we sailed on Norwegian Cruise Line's newest cruise ship, the Viva. Although we had a great cruise, not everything about our experience was perfect. We take pride in our honest cruise reviews, and today we are going to share with you 5 things we liked and 5 things we disliked about our Norwegian Viva cruise.
Hey everyone, we're Sharon and Jamie from Sharonatsea Travel. Thanks for joining us today as we give you our top 5 things we liked and disliked about our recent Norwegian Viva cruise. Now, we've been on the Viva's sister ship, the NCL Prima, a few times, and since they are the same class of ship, we already kind of had a good idea what to expect from this style of cruise ship. But every cruise experience is unique, and this cruise was no different. Overall, we had a great cruise, but as we got home and began to reflect on our experience, there are a few things that stuck out about our cruise.
We always like to start on a positive note, so let's open up with something we really enjoyed on the cruise, and that is the entertainment. The 2 main shows on this cruise were Beetlejuice, a Broadway-style experience that was based on the popular 1988 comedy horror movie with the same name, and another show titled Icons, featuring songs from music legends from the last 6 decades. Both of the shows were performed in the main theater, and on our cruise, seating was first come, first served, which is different from the previous experiences we've had on NCL. On a side note, make sure you check if reservations are required on your cruise if you're heading to either of these shows. We also enjoyed the other entertainment on the ship, including the onboard rotating entertainers you will find performing in different locations around the ship. And as usual, Sid Norman's Poorhouse Band never seemed to disappoint, as their nightly performances, including the tribute to Fleetwood Mac, were awesome.
Now, another thing that was great for us was the onboard internet. The ship has the new Starlink internet installed, and it was great. Now, we've been on many cruises where the internet is good, but can still be a little hit and miss based on where you are on the ship. But for us, the ship Wi-Fi worked great everywhere we were, including when we were in our interior cabin streaming live football on our laptop. There was even what appeared to be a wireless access point in our room. There are different levels of internet you can purchase, and we had purchased the premium version, and I have to say, we were very, very happy with that internet experience.
Next, to put it simply, we loved the food. The buffet food was very good. Hudson's, the main dining room, was great for breakfast and dinner. The indulged food hall was great. The local bar and grill food was great. And even room service food was very good, as you may have seen from our room service review video. There are a number of specialty restaurants on the ship, but on this cruise, we only went to one, and that was the Italian restaurant Onda by Scarpetta, my favorite. And it was fantastic.
Oh,
it did not disappoint.
It was tremendous,
It
wasn't
was.
it? Woo.
It was.
God, just thinking about it gets me all warm and fuzzy inside.
Now, yes, the rumors are true. The buffet and indulged food hall are smaller venues, and at peak times, they can be pretty crowded. So get there earlier or late in the mealtime, and you will leave with a full tummy and very satisfied.
Yes, and I can attest to that, Sharon. That will definitely happen. Now, the layout of the ship is the same as the sister ship, the Prima, and this class of ship has taken its fair share of criticism online for its tricky layout and smaller venues, but there are 2 areas on this ship that you need to check out and that we just loved. One is the observation lounge. All the way forward on deck 17 is a relaxing area that wraps around the entire front of the ship with amazing floor-to-ceiling panoramic views, lots of very comfortable seating for individuals or groups, and it includes a small area that provides food and snacks, as well as, something I love, a full bar. The other area we really like is the Indulge Outdoor Lounge. Located on deck 8 at the aft of the ship, you'll find this area with great views, comfy seating, access to the Indulge Food Hall, and service from the Luna and Soleil bars. Whether you're looking to relax or enjoy a few cocktails, the Indulge Outdoor Lounge is a great place to hang out, and here's a little secret for you. That place is also fantastic to hang out at during your ship's sail away on embarkation day.
It is. It was a perfect sail away view. Finally, number 5. Believe it or not, we really liked the electronic darts. Yes, darts. There's an area on the ship that includes an outdoor fun and games area like mini golf, go-karts, ping pong, and stuff like that. On this cruise, we decided to check out the electronic darts.
Say that 10 times fast.
I know. And we ended up having such a great time. In the past, on the Prima, it was like $40 to play for 6 people for about an hour. Very overpriced. But on this one, it was only $5. So we decided to play, and we had a great time. The electronic darts has a large screen that tracks your scores, a comfy seating area, and it is very close to the Speedway bar. If you need some dart throwing energy, what more can you ask for? The darts are officially a thumbs up in our book.
Now again, there were plenty of good experiences on this cruise, and we could have mentioned more things like the service, our cabin steward, and the list goes on and on. But these were just a few of the things that really stood out to us post-cruise that we could share with you as things that we just really liked. Now, we mentioned not every cruise is perfect, and there were a few things that surprisingly enough we did not like about this cruise. Jumping right into it, let's start with the pool experience. There's one main pool on deck 17 midship and two infinity-style pools on either side of the ship on deck 8. All three of these pools are very small and very crowded, but the main pool area is just way too cramped. There's hardly any room for deck loungers. There are hot tubs on either side of the pool taking up room. The big screen display TV is very oddly placed right at the pool level, and the entire area is built into what seems like a crevice between the go-kart tracks and a few decks that include like a smaller kids area and a water slide entry area. Now, on most cruise ships, the main pool area is an open, inviting area, and it's the center of all the action on a sea day. We are sorry to say, but on the Viva, it's more of a place to avoid in our opinion. As for those infinity pools, the area seems very cool at first, and there are 6 bed-sized loungers, 3 on each side of the pool with a little water feature, and it looks very cool, but those beds are really just taking up tons of space that could otherwise be used by guests that can't squeeze in to the main pool area. And one more thing, there's music playing over the ship's speakers around the pool, so that's nice. So your personal, overly loud Bluetooth speaker is not welcome in the pool. So let's calm down and let's get into the next thing we didn't really care for,
That's
Sharon.
right.
I'm sorry, I got a little worked up.
There was a lot of Bluetooth speakers around the outer areas, we noticed. And I don't know, maybe that's just a new thing nowadays with people, but yeah, like Jamie said, it's not cool.
Hey, just bring your AirPods, okay? They're waterproof. Come on, we don't need to hear those jams. I mean, if you want, I'll bring my music. We can take it right back to the 80s and we can rock out a little bit. I know you don't want that either.
Now, we mentioned loving the darts. Well, as much as we love the darts, we did not like the mini golf. It's $10 per person to play 9 holes of mini golf. Sure, some of the holes have some electronic features with them that make noise and bells and whistles and all that good stuff. But $10 to play on a cruise ship mini golf, hey, that's just way too much. We said this on the Prima, and we're going to say it again on the Viva. It should be free. Enough said.
Next, and yes, we know many of you will say, oh, you guys are just being petty. Yeah, we know we've made a few of these videos before, but guess what? It's our list, and we get to put on it what we want. So the next thing on there, we don't like how they charge you for the continental breakfast and the coffee for the room service. Almost all cruise lines have some sort of charge for certain room service items. But I think NCL is one of the only ones, with just a few exceptions, that actually charges for coffee and continental breakfast in the morning. $4.95 plus gratuity flat rate for coffee and a Danish. We don't like it. We enjoy room service wake-up calls on our cruises, but on the Viva, it'll cost you at least an extra $45 to enjoy coffee and a Danish for room service every morning. That's a lot of extra money to spend on coffee and a Danish, and I don't want to have to get up in my jammies and go up to the buffet and get coffee and Danish and bring it back. So NCL, if you're watching, come on, throw in that coffee and a Danish for free, will you?
And I know that that's an NCL thing, not necessarily a Viva thing, but you know what? We experienced on the Viva, and so we're going to talk about it here because we're talking about the Viva.
That's right.
Next, for many of you, the amount or types of bars on the ship may not matter, but if you enjoy certain types of beverages, bar quality can be very important. The Viva has a lot of great bars, but as previously mentioned, the Luna Bar and Soleil Bar on deck 8 at the aft of the ship, they're not great. Not because of the people or the location, but believe it or not, it's because of their selection. Both these bars are very limited on selection of cocktails. They have smaller, specific menus offering a few draft beers, some wines, and a few cocktails on tap, and a few specialty drinks. If you want a frozen margarita, an old-fashioned, or a dirty martini, you're out of luck. I'm not sure why a bar in such a fantastic area has such a limited selection, but it does. And that is just plain unfortunate. Again, maybe the bars aren't a big deal to you. Let us know in the comments below. Is bar quality a big focus area where drinks matter? Or are you just more like, it's no big deal?
All right, finally, and probably our biggest complaint lies in the sizing of the venues. Now, you may have heard this before. This class of ships is built smaller, with more venues that can quickly get crowded. So if you're wanting to see a show or performance, you definitely have to get there early and wait in line. The comedy club, the main theater, even some of the dining areas are small, but maybe the most undersized yet most popular location is the Sid Norman's Poorhouse, and this is why it really strikes a nerve with me. A few of the NCL ships have a performance at this bar called Rumors. It's a tribute to Fleetwood Mac and has quickly become crazy popular on those cruises. Now the line will start forming over an hour before the show. Okay, I get it, there's a line, and I can deal with that, but on our Viva cruise, there was no one around to control the line, and that's where the problem lies. No employees guiding or directing people, and even though we got there literally an hour before the show, and we were about 8th in line, the group in front of us kept letting friends into the line, adding at least 14 more people, I'm not joking, and then when the doors finally opened, people walked up that weren't even in line and cut right in, while there were at least 100 people behind us. Now, NCL needs to do better handling these lines for events. It was everything I could do to keep my big mouth shut and not cause a scene, but I could easily see a few folks, after a few drinks, having issues in those lines. Now, thanks to Sharon's cat-like reflexes and the fact that we had seen the show before, we knew the seating layout, and we still managed to have great seats with a great view. But for those people that waited an hour only to be pushed aside when the doors open, it's not a fun experience. And NCL, if you're watching this, please manage those lines at the smaller venues and make sure if one person has to wait in line, everyone else has to wait in line too. Will ya? I mean, it's only fair.
So there you have it, 5 things we liked and disliked about our Norwegian Viva cruise.
Was that, we covered 5 already?
We did.
That was pretty quick.
It was.
All right. Well, hey, that's the way the cookie crumbles. So,
and it was a great cruise. You know, everyone has a few things they like and, maybe don't like about a cruise, but that doesn't mean you have a bad experience. We had an awesome cruise on the Viva, but we just wanted to point out a few things to let you know. And have you cruised on the Viva before? Did we miss anything? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And before you go, before you click away, if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, hit the thumbs up, turn on the notifications, and remember to share this video with family and friends. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next video.